never really even saw myself leaving Phoenix. It was my new home away from home. I have a great off-court situation. I've built a lot of fun relationships out there. And yeah, I was like, hey, like, what do we need? No, come on, how do you get out here? But it's funny now that, I told the people upstairs, I was like, I will be her Sabrina Carpenter any day to her Taylor.
Sophie Cunningham is officially teaming up with Caitlin Clark. And let's be honest, this is a duo Fever fans have been begging for. But while Indiana is celebrating their new Enforcer One person, is somewhere punching the air in Alyssa Smith. That's right, Smith and her partner in pettiness, Dean Carrington, just got shipped off to Dallas like a return package. Nobody wanted Smith talk to big game, but it turns out her toxic energy was dragging the Fever down like an anchor, and now she's gone packed up and sent away while Sophie Cunningham steps in to clean up the mess. Call it karma, call it common, since either way it's a win for Indiana.
A little clip of you on WNBA. You know where I'm going. WNBA All-Star Game.
Oh, this is a good clip, okay? I was like, where is she going with this?
Now, another Indiana Fever player, soon to be teammate, Caitlin Clark. Have you heard of her? You happen to have a little interaction with her. And it was said that you were potentially asking her to come to Phoenix.
I totally was.
And maybe the joke was on us, because maybe she was asking you to come to the Fever.
No. Maybe I just put an atmosphere and it happened. Okay. But how funny is...
Cunningham has been vocal for months about wanting to play with Caitlin Clark, unlike some players who see Clark's success and start side-eyeing her like she stole their lunch. Sophie actually gets it. She respects Clark. She knows the future of the league when she sees it, and instead of being bitter, she's ready to ride with greatness. Sophie's been watching Clark light up the WNBA from day one, and instead of jealousy, all she's shown is respect, because real hoopers know when you've got a once-in-a lifetime talent like Caitlin. You don't fight it, you build around.
But if you're talking strictly hoops, what a fantastic pickup for Indiana. You want to talk about a player that can slot right in with Kelsey Mitchell and with Caitlin Clark on the perimeter and start more than likely in that Lexi Hole spot. The defense that she brings, like the tenacity that she brings, she is the exact type of player that you want next to your two guards who are just so offensive heavy in this.
The Fever front office finally listened. They realized what fans had been screaming for months, and Alyssa Smith wasn't the future. She was the problem. Her attitude, office, her hustle, questionable. Her respect for Caitlin Clark, non-existent. There's being competitive, and then there's being disruptive. Smith was the latter. The Fever are building around Clark, and if you can't get with that program, you're getting left behind. Alyssa Smith left behind. And Carrington, please, she's been more famous for her cheap shots and social media clapback than anything she's done on the court. Remember when she tried to poke Clark in the eye like it was a WWE match? That wasn't defense, that was desperation. And Smith, she stood by and let it happen. No support, no leadership, just vibes, and bad ones. At that, it's no wonder Indiana said, pack your bag.
You went and kind of swatted at Caitlin. Did you intend to hit her in the eye? And if so, could you just, or if not, either way, could you talk about what happened on that play?
I don't even know why I would intend to hit anybody in the eye. That doesn't even make sense to me. But no, I didn't. I didn't know I hit her, actually. I was trying to make a play on the ball, and I guess I followed through and I hit her. So obviously it's never intentional. That's not even like the type of player that I am.
Meanwhile, Sophie Cunningham is bringing exactly what this team needed: toughness, grit, and most importantly, respect. She's not just here to play basketball. She's here to build something special with Clark. She understands what it means to uplift a generational talent, not compete with her for attention. That's the mindset of a winner. And Fever fans are already loving it. They're done with the drama, done with the excuses. They want players who are ready to work, ready to win, and ready to ride with Clark to the top.
I am so excited for this. And I just think, honestly, she's just a great human too. She has a lot of pressure and a lot of eyes on her shoulders, and she handles it so gracefully, and she's just a great human. So I'm just excited to be a part of something like that. And she passes the ball, which I enjoy.
Alyssa Smith's departure from the Fever wasn't exactly met with tears and tributes. There were no heartfelt goodbyes, no emotional Instagram posts, and definitely no team video package highlighting her best moments. Because let's be real, there weren't many. What fans gave instead was a collective sigh of relief. Like, someone finally opened a window to let the bad air out. It's not that Smith is talented. It's that she never truly fit into what Indiana was building. Her energy dragged the Fever down, and Her lack of respect for Clark was obvious to anyone who paid attention, whether it was lazy defense or the occasional TikTok skit. Dissing Clark Smith made it clear she wasn't all an owl.
Ow! Oh, I'm sorry. You poked me in the eye.
Good, sorry. You 8-year-old.
You did.
I did not poke
Did you do it on purpose?
I did not poke you in your eye.
You did it on purpose?
I got him in the knee. That was my reflex.
It looked like you were just laughing.
Fever fans knew it, the front office knew it. Even the players probably felt it. So when the trade announcement dropped, it felt less like losing a player and more like cutting off dead weight. Smith's departure marked the end of that tension-filled era. The message was clear: we're done with the drama. We're here to win. And leading that charge, Sophie Cunningham, the kind of player who actually understands what it means to play team basketball.
Why does everybody hate Caitlin Clark? And do you hate Caitlin Clark? Come on, talk
dude.
to me.
Absolutely not. I think that she's a gem. I didn't know her, but All-Star Weekend, we kind of bantered back and forth a little bit. And she's lovely. She has a lot of pressure on her shoulders. And I think a lot of people always have a lot to say with people they don't even know or shoes they've never been in. And for me, I think she's handling the pressure very well. She's doing a lot of great things for women's basketball. And I'm a fan. Like, I would love to play with her one day.
Edge, the kind of player who will die for loose balls and then smile while draining a three-in-your-face. The contrast between Sophie Cunningham and NaLyssa Smith is night and day. Sophie is about building something. Smith was about protecting her girlfriend. You need players who are willing to get in the trenches and sacrifice for the team, not players who have conflict of interest. The Fever front office saw it. They acted, and now this team is cooked.
Is that what's it might not be from you, but like what is the, I mean, it feels on, it's not hate, but is it jealousy? Is it envy? Is it just like, what is it?
Yeah, I see both sides. I'm not an extremist in any way.
Yeah.
And so I like to see both sides of each party. I think when you have older people in the league, they work their tails off and they didn't get the recognition. They don't get paid millions of dollars before they even step on the court. You know what I mean? And for them, it's all about, okay, well, what are your stats? What are you doing for the actual game? Like while you're playing.
Yeah.
And then
let's not forget about D. Carrington Smith's ride or die and partner in pettiness. The same Carrington who thought poking Caitlin Clark in the eye was defense and later tried to spin it like she was a victim. Real classy. Well, Smith and Carrington are back together in Dallas. And that locker room might need a therapist on speed dial, because this duo is bringing more drama than production. Good luck, Wings. You didn't get a dynamic duo. You got a reality TV show.
NaLyssa Smith is confused as to why Indiana Fever fans don't want her on their team. And it's really not that hard to understand, NaLyssa. Let me tell you why. We don't even need to take into account any of your social media outbursts. We don't need to take into account any of your subtweets. We don't need to take into account any of your drama chasing antics off the court. We don't need to take into account your passive aggressive ways. You're moving the Indiana Fever one day in your bio, adding them in the next day in your bio, tweeting other people's tweets. We don't even need to take into account all the unnecessary drama and garbage that you add to this team when it comes off the court. All we really need to do is sit back and watch you on the court. It's really not that hard of a concept to